Hi, Caron. Welcome to the Outspoken Cyclist. Thanks for joining me on the show today.
Great. Thanks for having me.
It is my pleasure. So you recently sent me an email from the League of American Bicyclists about the AV START Act, which is before Congress. What is the act and what is the League of American Bicyclists asking us to do?
Sure. The AV START Act, the goal of it is to set a national regulatory framework around autonomous vehicles and give them exemptions to safety requirements that are now around vehicles. The car manufacturers like it because they would rather have one national set of rules rather than each set having their own. But for us at the League of American Bicyclists, we are very concerned with the safety evaluation report in the bill. And the idea of this report is that manufacturers do have to test their vehicles, and it even says that they have to test their vehicles with bicyclists and pedestrians. But the way the bill is written, it's the manufacturers are the ones who develop the test, they implement the test, and then they decide what and how to describe the results, what the results were and how to describe them.
Self-policing, in other words.
Exactly. And what they describe, they don't even have to document how they tested. They just have to say, oh, we tested with bicyclists.
When we're looking at standards for safety, today you're looking at child seats for children and seat belts for adults and braking systems. And what kind of safety standards are they looking at and what would be better for us?
Well, for the exemptions they're asking for, it could be the exemption of a steering wheel or something like that.
Oh,
and
okay.
Right. I mean, if you have a truly autonomous vehicle, I guess their argument is you wouldn't need it. But our concern is that when the bill mentions bicyclists and pedestrians, it just says that the vehicles have to have a sense of bicyclists, pedestrians, motorcyclists, objects. And that is not a good enough definition. What we want is language, at the very least, what we want is language that says that autonomous vehicles prove they have the ability to accurately detect, recognize, anticipate, and respond to the movements of bicyclists, pedestrians, motorcyclists, etc.
That seems pretty simple to me, but it sounds like they're going to try to get away with not doing that. So tell me what the league is asking that we as cyclists should do to make sure that the act as it is written doesn't pass.
We're asking people to call their senators' offices or email them. We prefer you call because the act is happening right now. The debates around it are happening right now, and calls register more quickly. But if you go to our website, bikeleague.org/take action, there'll be an alert there. You can call that number. The number will directly connect you with your senator's office. It will give you talking points, and you can express your concern there. You could also send an email.
So what happens if it passes? Is that it? Or does it have to pass also another body of government?
So because we're at the end of the year, what would usually happen is the House would pass a bill, the Senate would pass a bill, they would combine them, and then both chambers would have to pass it again. But because we're at the end of the year, what they're trying to do is pass the Senate bill, send it to the House, and then have the House pass the exact same language. And then it's done. Then the president signs it and it's law. They're also trying to do this by potentially attaching it to the budget. Congress has to pass a budget before it leaves for the holidays. If they attach it to that, they can't even debate it. You can't even add a new amendment to it. So that's why it's really important that we weigh in on this bill. And one of the things I'll say, because I've gotten a lot of comments from cyclists saying, God, I think machines would be better than humans. Problem with these vehicles is, yes, they need to be tested, but when we're talking with manufacturers now quite a bit, and when we talk to them about, hey, 36 states have passed safe passing laws requiring a driver to give a bicyclist 3 feet, or it's generally 3 feet. But these vehicles have stay-in-lane technology, which is telling them they can't move out of the lane. And when we talk to manufacturers about that, they don't know about safe passing laws. So it's not even that they don't want to consider bicyclists and pedestrians, because I think a lot of them have, but they're not thinking of it from a bicyclist perspective.
This is just mind-blowing to me that we're talking apples and oranges. Autonomous vehicles don't get the laws with cyclists. It's really disheartening.
Yet another problem we've seen in cities where these are being tested is that you'll have a parked car, you'll have a bicyclist in the bike lane stopped at a red light, an autonomous vehicle in the travel lane. That autonomous vehicle doesn't sense two separate vehicles, it just sees one. And so if that bicyclist is going to go straight at the red light, but the AV is turning right, there's a crash. And that is one of the things that we've seen close calls in San Francisco and in Pittsburgh around things like that. That's why if this bill goes through, then we will keep talking with manufacturers and we'll try to keep explaining these situations. But we're afraid that it's going to happen where it's a crash, and then we talk about why that crash happened and then try to fix it.
Right, in retrospect, as opposed to before it happens. Sure,
Exactly.
Why not try to cut it off at the pass? Well, once again, I've been talking with Caron Whitaker. She is the Executive Vice President for Government Relations, I think, with the League of American Bicyclists. And she is asking that you can go to bikeleague.org, is it /take action or /take action? /take action. And it will take you to a place where you can, if you are interested in knowing more about this AV START Act and want to weigh in on it, you will be able to do so right from the website. Wow, this is like kind of mind-blowing, and I'm really glad that you sent me the email and that we are able to get this on the show this week so that people can take action beginning Monday.
Well, thanks so much for having me, and please weigh in.
And we will again check back with you and see how it goes.
Great, thanks.
Thank you. You have a wonderful holiday.
You too.
Okay, very good. Bye.
Bye.